Meet Arca Plasmor, the weapon you use whenever you're tired and you don't wanna really shoot, or when you want to farm some arbitrations, because the way it deals with the drones is just lovely. Just like it deals with those. Look at this. Clean all of these up, infinite punch through, everything about that weapon is just great. So if you're thinking which weapon to grab when you just unlock your Sister of Parvos, I definitely do the same thing. Since I had no info about witches, I had a random weapon, but luckily I learned my lesson, and for Tenet, when I spawned my first sister, I knew what to get, and I got my Arca Plasmor. And I'm telling you this, especially if you like to play Mag, for example, one of the frames it fits them best. This weapon is just amazing. Easy headshots, easy dealing with the arbitration drones, and just overall lovely to use. There is one caveat to it, the reload speed. As you can see, the ammo capacity and the reload speed is awful. But we can fix that pretty easily. So let's go over the build real quick. And I swear looking on my old build makes me love the extra capacity that we get from the Kuva and Tenet weapons so much more. So let's start with the two biggest issues of the weapon, which is the reload speed and the headshot multiplier, because it's really easy to make headshots with that weapon. The weapon headshot multiplier is sadly set to 1x, which we can increase with primary dead hit like I did in the start of the video, but the reload speed that Shotgun Vendetta or even primary Merciless provides is just really hard to pass on. And the only reload speed mods we get on the shotguns is Seeking Fury. That gives also punch through, which is completely useless, and it lowers the reload speed value because of giving the other stat, and tactical pump, which you can get primed version, but just reload speed on a mod, nah, I'm fine with the multiplier being 1x. So if you play Gauss, Volt, or some other Warframes that give you some reload speed, well, that's when you can get some headshot multiplier arcane instead of the Shotgun Vendetta / primary Merciless. And we go with both galvanized mods because they are amazing. This works multiplicatively on direct hits, which is just insane. You can go for really stupid ass damage with that weapon because of this. Two critical mods, of course, as per most of the weapons, we get 66, so the rest we got a supply with Arcane Avenger. And Vigilante mods is because I have a stat stick on it. I have even on my Revenant one mod for this. Actually, I lied, I have Panzer, but it still shows me I have 25%, so I don't know if it bugged out, if it works, but yeah, I don't know. And the elemental I'm running is Blast. You could use 60-60 mods for some more status chance. And I use Blast just to be able to use Shotgun Elementalis freely and have no bad feelings about it for the 90 status damage for that Blast and the 60% magazine capacity for even less reloading, since Shotgun Vendetta anyway gonna make reload not big pain in the ass anymore, but having that extra magazine capacity is just lovely. At least this is what I love. But if you would be using Corrosive, the simple swap would be this, Prime Point Blank or some other flat damage. I just don't suggest you to use this because lowering the fire rate is really bad. It's not worth it for 240 damage, it's not worth it at all. Mind you, I use my Panzer with some shield mod for the reinforced bond stack up, and on my Revenant I have Combat Discipline, Arcane Avenger, Arcane Rage combo, but we could swap it to Arcane Tempo, but some flat damage, due to how the galvanized work, we should have some flat damage on it. But for the case of Revenant, I can use my Arcane Tempo since I have Thrall Pact, so that will provide a lot of flat damage for me, so I can use Arcane Tempo, Arcane Avenger and Combat Discipline combo. So the weapon's definitely insane for anything non-steel pad and the base steel pad. Anything higher, the weapon can struggle, unless you're gonna use it of course with something like Mirage and give it stupid levels of damage increase. Unless of course you have that headshot modifier for primary deadhead, you have Roar scaled to 110, you have that augment for flat damage, then with a good primer it can perform in higher levels. I just will not guarantee you having the best results with an AoE weapon. But let's see how this build performs on base steel pad real quick. So here we are, base steel pad. Let's quickly see how right off the bat it performs. Let me not get the Thrall first, so we can see if it can kill quick. So yeah, we have our Shotgun Vendetta proc. Yeah. So about that flat damage and the level cap, I'm not entirely sure, but it can perform. But let's get some Thralls for that damage flat increase. Okay, 3 of them. I need to manually just get some more, I guess. Oh, I'm capped on them? Yeah, I have 7. I think I killed a couple of them, but I have Magnetic Progenitor by the way. But yeah, that would be just perfect one-tapper. Infinite punch through. I have Galvanized Acceleration just to lower the fall-off to basically none to worry about. Oh yeah, you will just walk and explode everything on the base steel pad without really having to aim. You can remove the Arcane Acceleration if you wanna actually like get used to the weapon, because yeah, it makes it fly quite fucking fast. Normally you don't have this. Maybe I show you this now on the how it works wonders on arbitrations, and I remove that one mod just so you can see how the weapon works without the stupid ass speed on on the projectile. Sadly, I only have this mission, which is the defense, sadly, but yeah, all I need to show you is how it deals with the arbitration drones. And yeah, everything in non-steel pad is just gonna flop instantly to that weapon. This is like no doubt. You don't need 60% on it, you don't need anything. You just need to aim in the general direction of enemies like this and shoot it. Like, don't really have to aim. Literally, I have to wait ages for anything to come close. But this is how you shoot. You just see a drone. Like, the thing is, I'm looking for the drones, but normally you shoot at enemies. And they can get protected by the drones. But with that weapon, just look at the hitbox. I forgot to remove the mod, but just look at that hitbox. This is just insane. And the reload speed is so nicely fixed with our shotgun vendetta. So, look. It just clears the whole hallway. So, if the map tile set is just up to that weapon, there's very little weapons you can get better, steel pad or not. With two fire rate mods, aka reinforced bond off of your pet and arcane tempo, not really mods, but yeah, fire rate sources, I'd say. This weapon becomes amazing, especially if you have that ways of increasing the reload speed, which is the shotgun vendetta. Just look the difference from before. From 3 seconds to this. Like, shotgun vendetta is irreplaceable in that weapon. The problem with anything non-steel pad is the fact that my trolls can do, like, work of them. But yeah, dealing with the drones is very easy with this weapon. And you can just spam it like crazy wherever you generally would see a hint of an enemy being. You can also shoot like this because it will ricochet till it meets like a too hard wall. So you can ricochet with it. It has like multiplicative damage on the direct hits, and look at that fucking wave of direct hit. But since we already sorted out how it looks like on a frame with one helmeted buff, let's see how it looks on our Queen of Damage, Mirage. We will be using this build, and that's because I want my total eclipse to buff my clones so they can do crazy ass damage. Luckily here I don't have the critical hits from primary bugged, so it's 10% only from those two mods. And my Mecha Dog primer, I'm gonna get the dust off him that he's collecting since the retriever mods come in. And I have built him with the disarm, the spark for priming, and manifold bond because I have guardian and that helps me greatly with the survival. But the 30-second cooldown is nasty, so manifold bond is a great source to lower the cooldown. Momentous bond, because killing the Eximuses will give me even more priming. Coolant leak for the free cold priming after it was reworked. And on the Hound weapon we have radiation, corrosive, heat, and innate puncture impact that it is baseline. And we're gonna be adding viral with our nourish. Since I'm going to mod against Orokin, I swap my corrosive to viral for that X 1.5 damage to Orokin. And our arcane of choice is primary merciless for the flat damage again and some reload speed. So I got my stacks for Noctua, I got my Madurai sling strength, and let's see how it deals with them. I really need the clones, I think, and I gonna ruin the actual damage dealt. Let's first see how much damage it deals to fully primed enemies, then we can get some clones for survival. Yeah, that damage, if you deal 100 mils, it doesn't matter if it's level cap or not. Armor's capped to 90%, nothing has that much HP to survive a single shot. It's hard to get Arcane Avenger if they don't really shoot at me, because the dog provides a lot of CC for us. But that's what I want for the starters. Let's get Noctua again. Oh, sadly the Nidus ain't linking us at the moment. Gotta wait for it. For the full damage. Come here, Nidus. Link me. And you're gonna... Link me, for fuck's sake. Link me. I want my full buff. Such a nice cleaner of the rooms, this weapon. Okay, I gotta send my Noctua again. I don't even know what killed them that I'm not getting any stacks. But okay, let's just buff like this. That reload. 94 mil. 105. 200. Yeah. That's a lovely weapon when you spice it up. But I think the quality of life build with the magazine capacity and shotgun vendetta is a bit better. But just imagine the clones can add up some damage now. Especially that they get my total eclipse. What I need to do is make sure the dog gets my nourish for the beautiful priming he does. And holy fuck, the CC he adds, especially with the cold from the coolant leak. So lovely. So yeah, when you spice it up with frames like Mirage, or just a heavy ass buffing mode, this weapon can just clear level cap like this. But yeah, that's for Mirage though, so I mean, this is just lovely. Don't really need fire rate, because all you need is one shot in general direction of your enemies. Let me pick up all that life support before I get choked out here. And look this. Ain't that lovely? Everything cleaned up. A few shots. But whenever you get overwhelmed a bit, this is where the reload speed comes in handy. But hey, what weapon can be bad when you have 1.2k eclipse without even really having mold augmented and many other sources of some extra ability strength? Yeah. Some red crits there. The Vigilante set doing some work. And the Acolyte comes. And on him, we're gonna finish that one. Let's see where he spawns. Let's make sure we have ammo for him. That's Malice. Where is he at? That would be it of Malice. So the magnetic progenitor here is because I was very lazy and I got all of the tenet weapons with Mesa. But it wasn't a big deal, since Blast was by far the shittiest element back then when I got the tenet, but it's one of my favorites now. So yeah, I wish I created it around heat or cold to get that blast values very high. Because this is by far my favorite build, which is the blast build, and with the high status, the 60-60 mods, not the flat damage ones, this is by far the favorite version of Tenet Arca Plasmor for me. Sadly, it's really hard to use right now because I would have to get another Tenet Arca Plasmor to swap the element, and I really CBA doing it, so heads up, I really suggest you getting cold in case you want viral on it or you want blast on it. And my bad. There should be shotgun elementalis here. I don't know what that sneaky shell shock was doing there and how it got there, but that was some sneaky stuff from it. But this is the build that I highly recommend using most of the time. And I'm saying this one more time, Arbitrations and base steel pad is where this weapon performs the best. There are way better weapons if you want to go for level cap. Unless you go level cap with something like Mirage that provides stupid ass amounts of damage, then feel free to use Arca Plasmor. So that's all from me. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, and as always, see ya in the next one.